Okay, so you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Hey, what's going down? Man, we in this bad boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, big dog?
Yeah, man, we in here like we left our wallet and keys.
What's going on with y'all? What's going down with y'all this morning, man? First day of the work week. First day of the work week.
Man. Yeah, man. They in here, man.
Y'all know what it is, man. Home of the Digital Dog Show, home of the Dog of the Week contest, and home of the Pup of the Week contest. The Digital Dog Show is a contest that consists of you sending a video to our WhatsApp. Then once you send a video to our WhatsApp, we need you to send a little bit of information, like, I don't know, like a pseudonym or a name that we can call you during the dog show, your dog's name, age, sex, and Cash App, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, you don't have to send your Cash App, you don't have to send none of that. I'll put the entry in there, but I can only respond to the information that you decide to divulge, right? So, like, if you just want the dog to compete and just see if you can win, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But at least make sure that I give you the credit you deserve. But I'm not gonna dig for credit or information, man. So whatever you send is what you send, But it is a video contest. It is a video contest of a video of 2 minutes. And the basic criteria is we just want to see the dog's teeth, want to see it walking around, so we can judge his gait, some different angles of the dog, frontal, side angles of the dog. And then obviously if you got any working videos of the dog, you can pin those in there throughout your video and make it a good video, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shout out to Casino Life Prayers with a 5-piece first thing in the morning. Tip.
Hey.
The digital dog shows are done every month. So what happens is you have the whole month to get your dog in there. And then from the time your dog gets in there, you know what I'm saying, we get the videos compiled. And the first weekend of the following month is when that digital dog show airs. We come on here, we do live voting. And yeah, that's how it works. So if you want to get involved, be involved. If not, that's cool too.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. And you know what we came here to do. And we gonna talk about the Bushido code of the day. And that is rectitude. Make the right choice, even when it's the hardest. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what we talking about today. Yeah, man, we talking about picking a pup as a breeder. What's the keeper? Yeah, man.
Before we get started on that, yep. I already know where you're going with it.
Yeah, Melee, amen. Soon, they on the way. All and finish what's happening. And we got herders and bulldogs and definitely casino in the building, man. Lil J. Hey, Dirty Dog. Salute. Oh, the show official now, man. You know why? Dre? Because Dickie he in the building, man. He's in the building.
Dickie
Pit Wise. Yeah. He's Pit Wise. Look, it's the group of traders that had a fire live on Saturday night without me. Drake. Yeah, salute Pitwise.
I can't believe you're gonna talk about the cat bros like that. That's crazy, man. Can't believe you talking about the cat bros like that. That is crazy.
Yeah, wifey in the building, but she at work, you know.
Salute, Queen. Salute.
Yeah. Go ham Bulldogs, man. Glad you could get you with us this morning, man. Oh, there you go. The Jedi. MKM Bottoms. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Obi-Wan Kenobi on the boards, man. Yeah. JT, what's happening?
Tizzle. J Tizzle from the bottom of the milk.
Yeah, man. Man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Pitwise, man. Y'all go check out the interview, man. Y'all go check out Pitwise. You can drop the link in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let them boys catch up, you know. Like the little tomato. That's my dad joke for the day. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you see what I did there, Pitwise, man. I got the dad joke for you, partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. You see what I did there? Yeah.
That's diabolic work, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad you find it entertaining, Big A. You know what? Be happy, man.
That joke was supposed to be funny to nobody else, and you laughed to yourself, and I just did that. Yeah, man. Step your dad joke game up, though.
I can't stand dad jokes. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Hey, Dre, what do you call a deer with no eyes?
I'm not doing this with you. I'm live or in person. I'm not doing this with you.
What do you call a deer with no eyes, Dre?
I have no idea.
There you go. Yes.
And I don't know why people say, bro, like, oh, you don't like dad jokes? I got a million of them. Let me tell you.
Pitwise started it, though, you know. Vinny, what's going down? Pitwise started that one.
Yeah, you and Pitwise ought to be ashamed of yourselves, man.
Yeah, man.
Ashamed of yourself.
Hey, y'all step your dad joke game up, man.
Also, man, y'all know we about to be in September, man. That's the last month of the quarter. We almost done with another quarter that fast. And for the quarter, man, you got show of the quarter, you got dog of the quarter. There's a lot of different things that come up each quarter, man. Y'all let us know. Let us know. You know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're looking at. Let us know what you want.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we cook like that, man. We cook like that.
Yeah.
So, the topic of the day, man. Picking a keeper pup as a breeder. And the reason for this episode is every breeder faces the tough decision of which pup to keep back. We intend to go over the mindset, strategy, and evaluation process behind selecting a keeper that will strengthen the bloodline.
Not weaken it, for sure.
Yeah, but yes, even that sentiment right there, like, so I'm gonna be playing breeder this morning, y'all, and simulating my thoughts as a breeder. I bred dogs, but I would in no way, shape, or form consider myself a breeder. I just don't like buying dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like paying for dogs when I feel like I can make one that the differences are negligible, if that makes sense. Like, it may not be better, it may not be worse, but it's close enough that it's like, why go through all this paying somebody else, traveling across the country to pick up a dog when I can just put something together in my backyard that I think is comparable, and I know where it's coming from, you know. So, but anyway, so not every pup is meant to stay. You got to think long term versus short term, and you got to avoid emotional decisions. All right. So some of y'all are able to keep an entire litter, which is great. I don't think that you're ever gonna get a true sampling of your stock, keeping 12 puppies off a 12 puppy litter. You know, I think that you can maybe hold on to them a little bit longer, so you can see which ones are kind of going in the direction you want to go in. But honest and truly, like I believe every breeding has to be done with purpose. So maybe your purpose is to push the blood out and make sure you can touch it again, and it's just a preservation breeding. There's no intended factor as far as like traits or something specifically you're keying after. That's fine too. You know, I do breedings for keying in on certain traits, right? So as an example, if I had a litter of 12 puppies, I might hide food around in a room in my house or hide food around my backyard and see which puppies using their noses find the most food, right? Okay, cool. Then I segregate them over to this side of the yard because, like, you know, with this litter, my intention was to create me a dog that does exclusively scent work. You know, not as a byproduct, but that's like the main focus, right? While still maintaining all of the trainability, you know, all of that stuff. But I don't care so much about protection work out of these ones. I need it to be scent work. I want a dog to be able to use its nose at a high level, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom Dukes in the building. Salute.
Hey, salute. Glad you here. Yeah.
But that's a purposeful breeding for me, right? And not everybody's going to use their nose the same way. Some of them might be a trailing dog. And I don't know about trailing. I know about tracking, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think, you know, I don't even know if I would want a trailing dog. But yeah, man, they're very similar but not the same. But yeah, so anyways, so you decide why you want to keep the dog. Maybe you want to keep one that's just a male or female off of your litter that is most reminiscent of the parent because the parent's getting older. You know, so whatever your purpose is, you know, you're looking at it as a breeder, right? But then you also got ones that they don't really meet the criteria, but they're conformationally sound, and so you want to just have them as a demonstration dog. You know, how many of those do you keep? How many of those do you need around? You know, how many of those do you keep before you I can say water down, before you start breeding away from purpose and breeding into looks? These are all just questions to think about as a person that has made a litter. Heart and Finish says, if I want to keep the blood around, I will give a grandkid to a homeboy or a couple who wants a new pet. Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm not a breeder, so you know, the things that I would do in the process I would go about is, I don't know, somewhat unique, but you know, it's one of those things where I can show you better than I can tell you, so I have to take my time and do my process and do it just do, you know. But I'm not a breeder, so it's one of those things where it'd be from the outside. I'm on the outside looking in, even though I've, you know, seen my share of litters on the ground, you know. Yeah.
Yep. And then there's a third category. Shout out to the viewer submissions too, because this is a viewer submitted topic. So shout out to you know who you are, man. If you want to take credit, man, let me know and I'll shout you out. But I was going to be private, you know what I'm saying? You send it to me private. But yeah, man. So the third one is you got pups on the litter. You don't know what to do with them. They don't really fit your criteria, and they may not be the most conversationally sound pup you got. You know, so you kind of just waiting them out and seeing what they even gonna turn out to be like. You know, so you can figure out if you're not gonna keep them at your house, how to home them.
Yeah. I you know, mind you, I'm on the outside looking in, but I wouldn't want to just put a litter on the ground just cause, without having either a home whether I'm farming them out or, whether I'm putting them in the right hands or, I don't want to be in a situation to where I'm housing more than what I should financially, time-wise, physically, all of that stuff. So, taking, so for me, the selection process is, like I say, it's kind of unique how I go about my process, but from the outside looking in, I wouldn't try to take on more than I can handle. And it's so easy to do it when you start putting these pups on the ground. It's easy to do it. It's more easier than it is not, to get in those type of predicaments, so definitely having a direction that you want to go in, having a plan for homing them prior to them hitting the ground, or if you plan on keeping the litter or X amount of dogs out of the litter, having the right situation and set up and everything ready to go prior to, those are things that I see people get put themselves in a predicament, and their whole plan that they wanted doesn't work out that way, due to the fact that they have more on their hands than what they expected.
Tony Bulldog said my trap house blue is sleeping.
Yeah.
What up, Tony Bulldog? What up, Bulldog? Said nothing. Welcome. Salute. Yeah, man. So this is it's not even a tough one, man. At the end of the day, if you're a breeder, the goal would be to hold on to as many puppies as you can, as long as you can, to see what it is that you're looking to use to push your line forward. Having proper homes already established to rehome them for those you decide not to keep or those you cannot keep is essential as well. That's why I think it's extremely important to have a registry of people. Basically, okay, check this out. Whenever somebody hits me up and they say, hey man, I would like to get a puppy from you in the future, as long as they check out, I put them on a wait list. And when I have puppies available, I'll say, okay, cool, reach out, or obviously I'll be posting on the internet and stuff too. Most of them at least glance at the channel or glance at the website. And yeah,
that's
man, it's like
right there, boy.
Yeah, man. But most of them will either reach out or I'll reach out to them and say, hey man, I got a litter. So I got a litter 5, got a litter 7. I don't usually pick my keeper first, but this time it just kind of fell in my life. I didn't really have a choice. I didn't have one female off the litter, to survive. So it was picked for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Okay, Heard the Bulldog made a good point. He said, you have to co-own or place pups out. At least me, I do not need or want a must dog, as I need for a good breeding effort. I would like to keep what I like going as I find to exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I think, honestly, you have to know what it is you want above all. Above your homeboys, I just want a puppy, man. Like, that's cool. You just want a puppy, man. But when I put this breeding together, if it's not the 2 dogs off my yard that you're looking to get a puppy off of, wait your turn, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you another thing about being a breeder or trying to be a breeder. Because I'm in the process of learning how to breed dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
People will say they want a specific type of dog, right? Yeah, man, I want one that's super hot, super aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Something I can take to the shows and enjoy on the walk. Cool. And then you have a litter that you bred with a completely different purpose, right? And because the puppy's already there, it's in their face. Now I want this one. I want one off this litter now because I want one now. You know what I'm saying? And they turn into that little girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's like, you said you wanted this, but because you see the puppy and it's tangible right now, you know what I'm saying? They mess up their program and your program doing stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Think about the purpose. make sure that you're looking at your purpose and saying, hey man, like, this whole litter was bred for this purpose. Maybe I didn't keep the best one. So let me at least put them in the hands of people who have the same intentions for this litter that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And that's something also, but that's kind of yeah, that's it was a pup. It was a person that said they wanted to get a dog, because they I guess they were a runner or something like that. Man, they wanted to run with the dog and do all this other stuff. And the pup is put in their hands, and they don't fully understand the process of actually taking care of a pup from a health perspective, and feeding the pup incorrectly and stuff like that created a lot of problems with the dog, and they were unsatisfied with the pup after they created a situation with the pup. Minus, take in factor that every pup that left the house was healthy, even to this day, so those are things that people need to take into factor, man. Properly vetting out people, and then the people that get them really have to understand their intentions, and they have to do the due diligence themselves on what they want out of the dog and how they're gonna get it out of them, especially from a health perspective.
Yeah. But as far as my keeper, man, like honestly, when I breed a litter, man, and this gonna be I'm gonna say it anyways. When I breed a litter, I breed a litter with the intention of whatever my intent is, every one of the puppies should be capable of doing what I want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to what degree? I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know to what degree. King T, what's good, big dog? What's good, man?
I think it should be like that. Salute, King T. Hey, I think it should be like that. Like I say, this is my opinion, but I think it should be like that for every breeder. You should gear the pups or whatever program that you have or whatever you want out of the dogs. That itself is an extension of your hand. Your hands. The dogs are gonna do what the dogs are gonna do, but when you put those pups out there, you putting the pups out there, because that's an extension of what you created, the direction that you wanted to go,
Yeah.
So I think every breeder should do that, bro. In my opinion.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Back in 1976, pick up sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what are you breeding for?
But nah, man, it's things you're gonna see, man. Because I'm telling you something else about being a breeder, man, and having a whole litter to yourself, man. Every day, and like, let me ask y'all this question. And Big A, I can't wait for you to breed so you can go through this process too.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and be looking at your puppies, right?
Mm-hmm.
This litter you put together. You're like, man, I think I want this one.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, you see one of the other puppies doing something. You're like, man, I don't know. I think I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day, neither one of them two is doing what you like no more. There's another one doing it. Like, man, I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. So it's easy to get distracted, man. It's very easy to get distracted and lose track of what it is you want to do.
And that's how you end up with more than what you expected to have. keeping them longer than what you expected, and that's all good. It is. If you can afford it and you have the time and space, But I will believe that no matter how you look at it, it's always going to be that good or great dog that you gave away or you sold or whatever the case may be. It just is what it is, man. That's just part of the process. The important thing that I believe is putting making sure that you put those dogs in the right hands so they can be good or they can be great or they can reach their fullest potential. Like I say, I'm on the outside looking in, and I can't speak for everybody else or whatever the case may be. But if I'm gonna take the time to breed a dog and go through the process and the whole nine, even if it's going to the Winn-Dixie, I would want the dog to be in the right hands to get the best potential out of it. So if it does have a chance at being something great, it can be that.
Yeah. Okay, so Big A, let me hit you with a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you know what your plans are for the future of Samurai Kennels 210, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you got two pups, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is a direct reflection of what you already have. It carries the blood immaculately. You're not gonna get no better. It's slightly improved on the last generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got one that you think is moving in the direction that you want to go in, but you don't know if it can reproduce that, and it doesn't necessarily have the qualities of the generation before it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go with the one that's showing you the future, or do you go with the one that's the guaranteed that shows you exactly what you already got and maintains the blood?
For me, it's in that situation, it would be whichever one just I naturally gravitate towards. I don't try to overforce anything. In the back of my mind, I know I'm always probably picking the wrong one or the right one, and either way it go, I have patience. So I know that I can put my all into this dog and it still not be what I want it to be. And that's with either or. It's just with either or. So for me, I'm in it to enjoy the process. I'm not trying to force anything. Give my all to the dog, man, and see what we can come up with. And take the cards from there. I might have picked one. I could have picked both of the dogs, one, and they both didn't turn out, and I will have wasted 2-3 years. But it's the process, and I'm willing to go through that process. Most aren't, so that's why I don't. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's no rush. Some things are meant to happen. And I'm a firm believer that when you try to force things, it doesn't work. When you so pressed to try to force something to go this way or that way, it's not gonna work. So that's just my theory on how things go. So understanding the process, knowing that you can lose within the process, knowing it's a gamble within the process, trying to click all the check boxes so you can have the best successful chances that you can have moving forward is one of my main things. But if it's not I don't, what I'm saying, I'm in it for the long haul, man, and it's just part of the game.
Okay, so Hart finished said something. He said, in that case, it's better to keep both of them. I think so too, or keep them both close. I think that's true.
If you can, but if you can't, for me, if I could, I probably would, but it would depend on my living situation and how things are going, and if I already had, you know, how many dogs I have on the ground. I'm gonna keep it 100% realistic to my living standards. You know,
I do want. You're still thinking as a purchaser or prosumer, right? And what I'm saying is,
I'm thinking as a breeder too.
Let me finish this though.
Mhm.
As a breeder, I'm assuming that the person is going to make enough space for, or has enough space for any litter they breed to keep them all if they cannot breed.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that, I hear you. I just want to make sure, like, clarify, like, give an opportune situation to a breeder where you could keep the whole litter if you wanted to. You know, I'm speaking hypothetically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't think there's ever a case where I would want to keep the entire litter. I would definitely want to have a tight circle, that everybody's moving similar in the same direction, even if they're doing their own things. Because for me, I can't do everything with all those dogs. So I would want to put them in hands where I know people are going to do different things within the team or whatever the case may be, so they can get different results and see different things, and we can keep it. And that's part of the purpose of keeping your circle tight, and maneuvering like that, if you're moving in that direction. But me personally, I would never keep an entire litter. You know, I would keep a few if I needed to, or the ones that I decided I felt like would be easy work for me to move forward. But me taking on the whole litter is something that I don't care how much land I have or whatever the case may be, because like I say, you can't do it all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get caught in that realm where all I'm doing is breeding dogs and not, you know, being able to do what I naturally do with the dogs anyway, you know. Hello. Hey, herders and bulldogs, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
cooking this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm kind of with you, you guys, man. Like I mean, again, I haven't done any bulldog breeds, but like with our herders and stuff. But man, we try to cone, and I guess you could say farm out or whatever, as many pups that we think could add to our program the best of our ability. But I mean, I try to keep it to like 2 females, 2 males, kind of depending on the combination I put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. That way, if something happens, you know, hopefully you've got a backup. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And when I speak, I'm just speaking from my my perspective also, you know, how I would go about my process, you know. Yeah.
No, I don't think that anything is wrong. I'm just like you talking about your process. That's what me and my wife do. That's our kind of like process kind of thing. And as long as it works for you, I mean, bro, I don't got 1 million acres of land, nor do I want to take care of 1,000 dogs.
Yeah.
But in my head, I got this vision of like how I want to put stuff together. Even with the bulldogs, like even though I've got a small batch of bulldogs right now, I'm like, okay, like who's gonna make the cut? Who's not gonna make the cut? Who am I gonna farm out? Who am I not? Because like I just want to make a small program for myself. Like just like our herder program, like I only want to breed for myself. I'm not a breed. I don't look at myself as a breeder. I look at myself as like, hey, I want to keep the same traits that I like around for the long haul.
Yeah, definitely.
And let me jump in real quick, fellas, because okay, it's from what I've seen and what y'all shared with me. I'm not saying I don't fully agree, and I'll tell you why. There are things that if I had a couple more dogs that I would get into. Like I've been invited on several hog hunts. Like I got a lot of friends that hog hunt, right? So if I bred a litter for it to be fast lane enough for hogs, right? I would want to keep a predominant, at least the males off that litter, all of them, you know,
Right.
Because of the nature of there's potential for loss of life there, you know. And even if I just kept them, and did their first hunt, let's say my buddy's a hog hunter, he likes one of them, you know, then I might farm it out to him, you know what I'm saying, to be used for that once it proves itself in hog hunting, right? So it's it depends on like, once again, your purpose for keeping them. But in a situation like that where you could run through the whole litter, you know, in a year, it's just different. It's just different, you know. But when you're talking about sustaining something that's more of a family protector, family guard dog, family pet, that dog you expect to be with you for over a decade. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have a yard full of dogs where I'm keeping like that. You know what I'm saying? And also I would say like most of us are hobby breeders. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we breed what we can handle. But when I came up with this topic, and I want to just reiterate this, when I came up with this topic, I'm thinking commercial, or I'm thinking of like somebody who actually has a kennel. I put it a breeding kennel where they have what's considered over 10 brood stock females and at least one stud to service the females, right? So this is somebody who they're investing in the facilities and they're investing in the equipment to be able to house, you know, I'd say 20 plus dogs, you know, 20 plus dogs. Not a huge yard, but I don't ever see me having 20 dogs ever. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. You know what I mean? And that's with grown dogs and puppies included. You know, I think my biggest that I would ever probably go is 12, and that's with, you know, like herders and bulldogs that maybe 4 grown dogs that actually my breeding program, and then enough room to keep an entire litter of puppies for whatever purposes I need to keep them for, as long as I need to keep them until I can find out where they're best suited to go when they leave me. But for the purpose of today's conversation, gentlemen, I just want to make sure that I'm articulating that, you know, this is not based upon based upon your own individual needs, but based upon you do have the facilities to hold, you know, 20 plus dogs. And so like, how would that affect your decision making?
Yeah.
That's a good point. If I had the facilities, I mean, I could probably keep a little bit more than I would currently, for sure, because like I had the facilities and stuff. I still think I'd try to be a little bit more selective. Like I don't think I'd ever keep a whole nother litter, just because I think getting them in other people's hands and seeing what they do with them that I might not even thought of. Like, you know, maybe somebody's got more access to hog hunting than I do, or conformation, or whatever, bite work, or obedience, or just a family pet, just to see the variety of what I'm producing. I think you have to get them out there. You have to sell them to different homes and individuals that can definitely take care of them and like manage them and be responsible. But that way, you know, like, hey, like something that, like, you know, resonated, like what Pitwise said last night in his show, is that he wants a dog that can do everything. Like he doesn't want to just like, my dog's a good hog dog, my dog's a good conformation dog, my dog's a good whatever. He wants it all. And I think the only way you can see that is to see the dogs in different situations.
Yeah,
agreed.
I agree.
So I like what Tony said, and Tony echoes my sentiments exactly. He says you don't have to keep the litter for their entire life. I think it's as an extended way of in time of picking my keeper. Eventually, some won't make the cut, and some will meet the standard. But also to herders and bulldogs' point, let me give you an example. Okay, so with this dog I'm keeping, I'm solely focused on scent work. While I also know that I'm going to do obedience with everything I have. I don't care what it does outside of obedience. Every litter I have, I'm going to focus on obedience. Right? They have to do certain things because the pure basis of the bloodline is to be easy to train, easy to work, and very, 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 very fun to work. So they have to have a high level of drive to just play and do things that your Joe Schmo would want to do with the dog first. Okay. However, by focusing on a specialized task, you'll have certain individuals, certain special, like, okay, let's say I get one that I focus on hog hunting. I don't think I want to have a dog that I do hog hunting with, and then I also have it to try to play with my like other pets, right? Or like cats or whatever, because there are certain things, and there's a topic coming up Wednesday that ties into this, but I'm going to tie it into Wednesday now. There are certain things you're going to do with your dog, and certain things, once you start moving in that direction, there are things that inhibit that. As an example, if I'm making a protection dog, I only want it socialized to a certain extent, right? Because I do want it to be able to discern, or I don't want it to see everybody as friendly. So if I have a protection dog and I introduce it to every single person that ever comes around, let them play with it and enjoy the dog, am I really getting the best protection qualities out of this dog by doing that? And it's the same thing with having a dog that I would have for hog hunting. I want this dog to be a little bit more visceral when it comes to four-legged creatures with fur, whereas my house pet, I don't care about that so much. So having a focal point for the dog to see how far it excels into a process, for me is important, because if I have a wall climb dog and I want to focus specifically on wall climbing with that dog, right? I may put it in weight pull, but I think I would have a more muscular dog for weight pull and a more slender dog for wall climbing. They might both be off the same litter, but I want to focus on all my energy in developing that specific task or ability so that the dog can excel to the best of its ability. Because the same things that make a dog a good wall climb dog are not the same things that make a dog a good weight pull dog.
Yeah, man. Everything goes with whatever you want out of your program. And like I say, man, it's easy to get in over your head, man, and wanting the dog to do everything, that means you have to do everything. And that's a lot of work. And
Facts.
people can put in that work, if that's your mission, your goal in life and everything like that. And salute to that. But all these jobs and all these tasks that hypothetically speaking is like it's cool to talk about, but then when you have to walk it and you have to be involved in all of these things, it is a lot of work. And we talking about all this work, and some of us still have other things, that, do on a daily basis, family, job, work, and all of that stuff, man. So, taking things from a realistic standpoint and putting yourself in the best predicament to win. That's part of the reason why I definitely would never take on an entire litter, because I know what I'm capable of as far as me and myself. And I know, and from a realistic standpoint, I know it would be better and the dogs can get more out of their life if I put them in the right hands. And when I say these things, I'm only speaking for myself. Because that's I you know what I'm saying? I have to keep it 100, all the way around. No matter breeder or not. I've had 4 pups from 2 siblings and 2 from two different other litters, and trying to work them and train them at the same time was crazy, like nuts. It's something that I would never do again in my life. Like I would, you know what I'm saying? And that's just me. I know people that can do it, that have the time for it, have the patience, the sanity for it. I don't. And I know the realistic, and from a realistic standpoint, to get what I want out of the dogs, I have to be able to give them the time that I need to move the program forward. So, like I say, making sure that you have a tight circle with, people that can get that work in, that are further along that direction that you would want your dog to go in, is vital, because you can always go back, you can always breed, you can always do that stuff. But for me, a realistic standpoint is to stay in the lane that you are good at, and maximizing that, putting the dogs in the right hands. I know I'm not a master at everything, you know what I'm saying, but I know boys that that excel at one particular thing. You know what I'm saying? With you know, when it comes to these dogs, and I could put I could put the dog in their hands and watch the dog either flourish or fail. You know, but I can attempt to do what they do, and I'll be starting at below ground level. You know, trying to learn everything, get my hands where, I mean, like you talking about a full commitment to whatever you're doing. So, you know, realistically, man, just taking a step back and looking at things, how you know, what can you do from you know, and how can you get the best out of your program, you know.
No, for sure, for sure. I think that makes sense. I mean, they can't beat, you know, they can't beat tens at everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's just reality. Like I mean, shoot, I've got so many other things I do. I've got client dogs, blah blah blah, whatever. Right? Not even going into that one, but like, there's no way that I'm going to be the best at everything. And that's why I thought putting individual dogs into, like, you know, a good hog hunting client home or friend or whatever, like, and Variavosa makes it work out really good.
Yeah, and like, you know, I definitely hear a whole bunch of people romanticize about hog hunting and stuff like that. Man, that stuff is brutal. Forget the dogs, you might die. You know what I'm saying? Going out there messing with them hogs, man. So going out there, man, and it's cool to, you know, to even if that's something that you want to take on and the whole nine, but that is a commitment. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a commitment, man, you know. So like all of that stuff, man, like, you know, just with it, my whole thing is, I think a lot of people get that get like I say, get in over their head in this stuff, man. And sometimes, man, you can excel at doing what you do best, and not, you know what I'm saying, and just building a circle. It doesn't even have to be a team, just a good circle where you can create a flow of, you know, good work for these dogs, man. I think that is something that you know, people overlook. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it all. You can't you know, you can't, I don't know, man. It's like the more dogs I see on a yard, man, and I see one individual, I'm like, how are you working all those dogs? What kind of life do you have? You know, and you know, no slouch to them, you know, because if you a dog, man, and that is it, that is it. You know what I'm saying? Eat, sleep, shit, that's all you gonna do is that. But you know, taking on all these tasks and stuff, man, it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this, man. It requires varying levels of attention. That's what I was gonna tell you too, man. It requires, if you specialize in one thing, for example, all right, off the litter, if I'm going to pick one to train, like fully train, right? That requires a lot of time. But a lot of the ones that are kept for other things, they don't require as much direct hands-on time as one that you keep it for training, right? So all of them need exercise, all of them need medical care. But if I'm breeding one for, like I said, hog hunting, I just need some basic recalls, some basic things like of that nature that I could work in. I could weave those in, right? So you know, if you like you said, if you want all of them to do everything, that's crazy. That's insane. But also another thing about this is, when you speak from the perspective of a breeder, you got to think about yard hands and like you said, not just a circle.
Yeah, that's what. It's a business. All of that stuff count. Yeah, and a lot of people don't account for that. You know, they don't account for that. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to house multiple dogs, man. And it's like the car game, bro. Because I know boys that got cars. You know what I'm saying? And they got so much cars, they just collecting dust, rusting. You can't take care of all them cars unless you got some extra hands. And it's like, it's the same thing with these dogs, man. Like, you know, I understand, you know, collecting dogs and doing all that other stuff, but are you doing your program and the dogs a disservice by, you know, housing them just to house them? I understand, you know, keeping what you can keep so you can see what you what you can do moving the program forward. But I mean, that's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And if I see one individual and he has, like my mentor, for example, on average, he kept $26 on the yard. And that's not the dogs running, that's not the pups and everything running through the house acting crazy and all that other stuff, man. But it was him, his little brother, his wife, his brother wife, his mother. They all took a hand in helping him with those dogs. And it was still a mess over there, bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I still have a life outside of these dogs. And you know what I'm saying? And these dogs are a part of my life. They embedded in my life. It's like it's part of my genetics, it's part of my DNA. But I still have to be able to maintain and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still need to be, and the dogs need to be a part of it. And I can't, you know, I can't handle everything. If you know, I'm over my head, man. I'm falling behind on taking care of the pups, on taking care of other stuff, and you know, running, you know, working these dogs. Something's gonna fall off at some point in time within the program, within the caretaker of the dogs or something. And I'm speaking for me. Yeah. I don't want to have dogs that, you know, I missed out on because I didn't have time to get a dog the right time. But I know it's a good dog. I know it's got better potential. But I know if I put that dog in the right hands, it could have been something special. You know, you can't keep them all, man. You just can't keep them all. You know, yeah. Yeah, man. I will say it's all about your setup. You know how, you know, it's boys that don't have the right setup and got too many dogs, man. It just takes a lot of time, effort, and everything, man. I mean, everybody brings up time and stuff like that, and I know time is like, if not the top breeder right now of our era, whatever the case may be. But what is his? What's his monthly bills? You know what I'm saying? Just on the dogs alone, you know, that stuff mean a lot, man. Finances, land, you know, housing, time, hands on deck. It's a lot to it.
I'm gonna give y'all something else too, man, because I haven't heard anybody say it yet, man. Or maybe I missed it, but all right. When y'all keeping these dogs, man, what's your success rate with keeping all these damn dogs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get it. You bred a dog, it's your responsibility, but like, what is your success rate? Like, this is why I do think you should be involved in something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be as a breeder, you don't have to be everything, but you better have to offer something besides just putting two pedigrees together. And I hear less about that. You know what I'm saying? That troubles me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, I'm not saying you got to be a handler, none of that stuff, man. But you gotta have something, bro. You got to bring something to the table. What are you even eyeballing as a breeder? How do you know that how do you know that you're building a better product?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And then, but I can't say this, man. And this is a shout out to everybody who's been putting their dogs in dog of the week and all of that, man. I have seen boys that have multiple dogs, and every time they show a different dog, the dog looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, I pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff I pay attention to. The best breeder that I have ever ran across. And he's not a well-known breeder or nothing like that. He's just somebody who he's not, I wouldn't even say he's a breeder. Had 3 dogs. You know what I'm saying? 3 dogs. And dropped a litter maybe every other year, if that. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, you know, some people can handle large yards and litters and maintain it and born and bred into it, and then others are getting in over their head, man.
I don't see how. Okay, I don't see how as a person that's getting into these dogs, I don't see how you would want to be a breeder until you have something that you're good at yourself.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like if you don't have something you're good at yourself, like why? Like okay, I'm gonna go create more dogs that I know nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make sense.
Yeah,
To me, it don't make sense. Like okay, for my example, right? I'm just using me as an example. I can only talk about me, right? For my example, I know I wanted to. I know why exactly what I wanted, and like I know most other breeders don't give two shits about why. And I'm cursing like this morning. I'm doing push-ups and just whatever, but I'm passionate about it. A lot of other breeders don't care about what I care about. So the only reason why I breed is there's not a breeder there's not a breeder right now mainstream that I can go to and say, hey man, I want a pit bull that's super easy to train. There's all this stuff, like everything that I'm talking about. Like there's no other breeder that does it. So like it created a need for me to breed my own dog because nobody else is targeting the specific thing I'm targeting. You know what I'm saying? That's why I breed dogs. And to me, that's a very easy way to explain it to anybody. Like, okay, like, well, you name me 5 pit bull breeders I can go to right now that not only breed dogs that are easy to train, but can evaluate their own dogs and give you exactly what it is that you're asking for. A dog that's comparable to a shepherd when it comes to training, but still has all the tenacity of American Pit Bull Terrier. That's a hard thing to find. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, until there's 5 or 6 other breeders that because you gonna fall out with some of them, like it ain't nothing gonna be 100%. But what you
never. Yeah, man.
And we'll I'm dropping the link, man. But we only got like 4 minutes left on the show before we go to the cookout with Victorio.
Yeah, man.
But
did y'all catch the? I was gonna say, did y'all catch that video? It was a couple months ago. Like, thank God the dude didn't. Like, that's why I was laughing a little about it. He didn't get hurt, but they were hog hunting, and the dog missed the hog, and the hog fucking smashed the dude, and the dude was rolling on the ground. Thank God the dogs jumped him, got a hold of him. He did not. He ended up not getting hurt, but that's why it's funny in the end. But it can get dangerous out there, man.
Yeah,
you lose dogs, you lose people.
Did he have a shotgun? Did he shoot? Did he have a shotgun and he shot once and missed?
I don't think. No, I don't think he had a gun in the clip I saw, at least.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Samurai, man. No, I was gonna say this right quick because I gotta get back to this motor. So when you that was a good question. What is their success rate? Because a lot of these guys are not breeding their own dogs, so they don't have a success rate. They have somebody else's success rate, but they don't have a success rate, so they can't give it to you.
Fair. That's fair.
And that's all I got to say. I see you, our boys tomorrow. I'm at the cookout.
Hi, big dog. Yeah, man. Yeah. Nah, that's real too, man. So Big A, what do you like? Last question, Big A and Herder. What is a good success rate for modern uses? What's a good success rate?
Herders, you want to take it first?
I mean, a good success rate, and I mean, I guess like what's our standard here? Because like somebody's success rate, they'll be like, oh yeah, if we're not hitting 80%, like it's not a success. But then I might look at it and say, oh dang, like that's too much for what I want, like success rate. I personally think so. I'm just gonna go. My standard is if I do a litter and I have 10 puppies. I would like to see them all capable of doing something at a good level, and that would be a success rate to me.
Yes.
But again, in every litter, you're gonna get something that's not great. So I would say if I'm hitting about 60% in litters, I feel like I'm doing something. That's 60-70%. I've never seen more than 70% of like the level I'm looking at, of course. But that's what I would say is a good success rate. Because if you're under that, then something's gone wrong. We need to reevaluate and we need to look at the stock and whatever's going on.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Yeah.
Big A, go ahead, Big A. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead, bro.
Nah, so I want to say this, man, too. Okay. Like maybe it's ego, maybe it's just my thought process. But when it comes to training, right? And I'm just speaking on training, for example. One, I believe all dogs can be trained with the right hands, in the right hands, right? So once again, I think you can have a 100% success rate with what I'm doing if the dogs are the people who have the time to put into the dog. 100%, you can have a 100% success rate with training a dog to be basic obedience, and maybe one other thing, scent work or something to that extent. Now, to what degree? I'm not gonna define it. Like every dog is not gonna be an agility or obedience champion. But what I am saying is that if I've given a person with basic understanding of dog training, can this dog do the five basic behaviors and behave well in society, right? And does it work? That's a pretty okay dog with my ability. You know, to run a slap mill, to work the front burrow, work the spring pull, all that stuff, man. Like that's a pretty good dog because most dogs don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a yield the floor.
So for me, and this is just me. I don't set my success rates high. My success rates. Not. How can I say it? I don't set my success level high for the dog. It's basic stuff. You know, healthy. Is the dog healthy? Is it attentive? Can it follow basic instructions? You know, typically what a dog will do, natural instincts of a pup in general, not just the breed, and getting it, you know, like I say, putting it in the right hands, and setting my success level lower. It puts the dog in a position to where it can outdo whatever I wanted it to do per se. I don't want to have my, success level set so high that it's something that's not achievable on a regular basis. I really like to be ground level with it, man. I think, I don't know, man. I don't want to say it like that, but I think a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, set the level so high that, man, it's you talk about what a needle in a haystack type deal, man, and I keep it level. But yeah. Yes, sir.
Big A, we had that hour mark, but I do want to read King T's comment because I think King T hit it on the head. King T said, you should be at 90% rate nowadays with the things that they can do unless you're hog hunting. I 100% agree with that. Man, especially if you're gonna breed and sell something to the public. Especially if you're gonna breed and sell something to the public, like you said, Big A, health. Can the dog do basic obedience, health? Like, unless you're doing some kind of real work with your dog, man, if you don't have a 90% success rate, man, you might want to evaluate the genetics there, bro. It's really, if you do, man, like that's I'm leaving it at King T, mic drop. King T, mic drop.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We got to get out of here, but it's just the basics, man. Because the dog is gonna surprise you either way, one or the other, man. I don't know.
But yeah, y'all want to make y'all plugs?
Yeah, go ahead, Herders, man. Let them know.
I don't got no plug, man. I'm just out here trying to learn the best way I can, man. Y'all teaching me something every day. Like I'm going in this realm, I don't know nothing. We talked about like herders or something. I can say something about that, but these bulldogs, I'm just learning, man.
Me too. I'll be screaming at the side of my neck, herders. You know what I'm saying? Screaming at the side of my neck, man. Salute.
Yeah, man. But y'all know what it is, man. I'm glad y'all kicked it with us today. It's Monday. Every day is Monday, man. But hey, man, we love y'all. This show ain't nothing without y'all, man. We got the cookout coming up with Toyo next. Man, y'all know what it is, man. Make sure that y'all come through the door, bringing something. Don't come empty-handed, man. Don't let Toyo get on you, man. Don't let Toyo get on you, man. But then after that, we got men at work, man, and that's it. Yes, sir.
Nah, man, we going. I'm bringing straight chitlins over there. Y'all want to bring us pork chops last week?
There you go.
Pork chops with King Timmy. We bringing chitlins, and I'm stinking up the whole cookout. Nasty.
I'm bringing
Nasty
lobster
work.
tails and crab legs, man.
But yeah, man. Salute, man. Hey, shoot them crab legs, lobster tails over here, could.
Nah, y'all good with them chitlins? Y'all good with them chitlins, man?
They all
Ain't nothing wrong with
bottom
some chitlins, man.
Yeah, but I said you talking about lobsters and crab, them bottom feeders too. That's the pigs of the sea.
I know, but I like what I like. Yeah. Nah.
You know, some good liver up there be good.
Yeah, don't do liver.
I'm sorry, that's a little punchy, isn't it? You know, maybe some possum or some raccoon in the bowl.
Yeah. I ain't do no possum now. You got that raccoon all day.
Yeah.
Hey, my great grandfather used to catch them, you know, keep them for a week, you know, feed them potatoes and then, you know, eat them. Good eating, he said.
Damn. Hey, yeah. Okay, he'll say neck bones, as long as they turkey neck bones. Yeah.
B&B Let me give y'all this benediction, man, so we can go over to the cookout, man. Hey, man, shout out to NWA County Corso in the building. Congratulations on hitting over 1 million views on YouTube, big dog. Salute.
Damn, be putting in that work, boy. Yeah, it's paying off. Yeah.
Man, look, man. When I tell you, man, like I'm like that boy from Paid in Full. You know what I'm saying? Ace.
Yeah,
man. Like the homeboy pull up in their car. That's how I feel when my brother NWA pull up, man. And he went live with kennels, man. Stunning. Now I'm telling you, like going live. If you go live with your kennel at least once a week, man, and show the work, man. Because what we talking about today, it kind of ties into it. Everybody sees the fun part, the training the dogs, the running around, the pictures of them looking all swole up and cut up, the bite work. Everybody loves that. But what people don't realize is when you out there in the yard picking up poop, and then you got one of them that ain't solid, you got to rinse it off, you got to throw dirt on it, whatever you got to do. Nobody sees that part. And the crazy thing is the consumer market, that's the ones who know nothing about none of that.
Yeah.
All they see is what everybody else is showing. So like literally, okay, every day I gotta come out here with a scoop out old cedar bedding, put in new cedar bedding. And then as soon as I put the new cedar in there, the pup pees on it. Then I'm gonna do a YouTube video, I gotta scoop it out again, and then put fresh cedar down again, just for the YouTube image. So I don't get canceled out here. Shout out to those of y'all that are cleaning your yard 4 extra times to make sure there's no poop in the YouTube video, even though you know you just cleaned up the poop 5 minutes before you shot the video. Man, salute, man. Let's do this benediction, Big A, and get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
We'll be here all day. Right.
Hold on.
For those of y'all that pray, please stay. If not, you go ahead and leave, man, but make sure you come back over here to the cookout. All right, hold on, Big A. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent, one from another. Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as y'all know, we end the show with the Neo Dog Man chant. For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop, slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.